down. They thought they could suppress the live stream. Not today. Not today. I've learned my lesson, folks. I know what I need to do now. You see, what I did wrong is I had one glove. I had both gloves on. Whereas in reality, I need to take a one glove approach. If I have both gloves on at the same time, I fumble my phone, and then the phone ends up just going blank, and the live stream doesn't work, and it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. Take two. That's correct, Proverbs Guys Ministries. Thank you very much. All right. We're not going to be distracted, though. We are not going to allow this to get us down. We're going to keep going. I'm at the point, ladies and gentlemen, where unfortunately I'm literally going to have to be, like, scanning through the snow rather than what I was actually planning on doing. See, my plan was to just do things fairly typically, where the weather was good enough that I'd just be able to see the trash on the ground and pick it up then and there. However, we have not been afforded this luxury. That's alright though. In the previous stream, we already nabbed, in the brief time that we had, our first few pieces of trash. Still too much snow. Agreed, at least for the most part. However, we can at least begin to make a dent here, Pixie. We can at least begin to make a dent. This big old piece of cardboard, I don't really have the proper room in my garbage for that, so I'm gonna put this, of course it's Tim Hortons, in this trash receptacle. There we go. And on we plow. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make as big of a difference, unfortunately, on this live stream as I was originally planning to make. But here we are. Let's see. Do we got a bite? Do we got a bite? Looks like we do. Got a piece of cardboard. And nope, just the piece of cardboard. That's alright, though. In the trash it goes. Like I said before, once this garbage fills up a bit more, then we're actually going to have a lot easier of a time putting things in here. What do we got over here? Oh, no, that's just a big old brick right there. Thought that was foam. But no, the second I started jostling that over, the weight ended up immediately telling me that was not the case. Ladies and gentlemen, if you like me wandering around in random alleyways collecting trash, we've only got a tiny amount right now. Please stream a like. It would be much appreciated. Oh, we got a bite over here. What do we got? Nope, that is organic matter right there. That is some random root. Guys, if you see trash, we need a trash patrol going around in the chat. Oh, hold on a second. Jasmine Chopra says, "Where in the world are you?" So currently, Jasmine, I am wandering around trying to find any trash that I can possibly get a hold of. Trash is the name of the game, Jasmine. We are looking high, we're looking low. I am currently kicking over snow on rocks because that's the level that we're at. That's not trash. This, however, hold on. What do we got here? What do we got here? Whatever that is buried in the ground right there. So I'm gonna leave it alone, because that's definitely not just sitting on the snow. Anyways, on I plow. Yes, if anybody sees garbage lying on the ground, please do inform me about it. I see snow, too much snow. Had to go out in the sun. Yeah, this is why I'm wearing sunglasses right now. You gotta have sunglasses in an environment this snowy. Otherwise, you do get snow blindness around here. Very real thing. So, there are a couple areas in this neighborhood that I know there's trash, and I will go over there. However, I'm just kind of doing a general trash patrol. Looking around right now, seeing what we got. We've got Big Bad Mama says, "Hi, Pixie." Hi, Big Bad Mama. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, it's not going to be an easy ride. Oh, hold on a second. What do we got here? What do we got here? Oh, boy. Looks like this is somebody's jacket or something like that. I'm going to put that into here because, once again, don't really have an adequate amount of room to put that in the regular bin, but that's all right. Won't be able to make as much of a difference here today. That's all good. We are going to make what difference we can. Oh, hold on. What do we got here? You know, it kind of adds an element to it, doesn't it? Is it trash? Is it not trash? There's a whole game kind of aspect to it. No wonder they're always angry. Yeah, currently, Steven, that is accurate. We're currently in the spring-winter kind of hell where nature doesn't quite know whether it's supposed to have nice weather out right now or not. Oh, hold on a second. What do we got here? We've got a bottle. 1800 Coconut Noir de Coco. That's fancy. Look at that. That's gonna go to the recycle bin right here. There's this big old cart/bag thing. This big plastic thing. I think that ought to also go in the recycle bin as well. Got some of that snow off of my hands because, well, I can tolerate a bit of snow. Everybody has their limits. Oh, look like we've got another piece of... Nope, that's a stick. Thought that was a piece of rubber, but in the process of looking over there, I also noticed the cloverleaf salad container right here. Let's get that tossed into the bin. See, that's one of the things that's good about the alleyways, is that there's lots of areas that you can get rid of the trash, just kind of on demand. No, so it wasn't even the alley that was my primary target for cleaning stuff up today, truth told. The primary area... Hold on a second. We got something over here. Let's uncover. Nope. Nothing over here. Nothing over there, unfortunately. So, well, I say unfortunately. I think I would rather that my neighborhood not be filled to the brim with trash and only have little bits and pieces every now and then, right? Anyways, so it's this area right up here that is probably one of the worst in the whole neighborhood, because right up ahead we have got the overground metro, or as we call it, the C train. And as a result of being right next to, what's that called, Shaganappy Point? Yeah, because I'm in Shaganappy neighborhood. there. Here, folks. No idea what that is, but it's some sort of trash. It's a little pointy in certain spots. Be careful as we drop that into the garbage receptacle. Anyways, yeah, there's a larger proportion of homeless people that come by this neighborhood, and as a result, there tends to be a little bit of trash that's left behind. Yeah, see, typically, and it wouldn't be like absolutely everywhere, but I'd be able to see little bits and pieces of trash in these areas here as I'm kind of walking by. And I'm hoping, as I kind of make my way downtown, walking fast, faces pass and I'm homebound. I'm hoping that I'll be able to just kind of come across bits and pieces here as I go. I'm gonna be kicking my feet around all over the place, basically just trying to uncover bits and pieces of trash. We've already got a little bit in here though. This is already starting to get a little bit of heft to it, and that's not even including all the stuff I already dealt with in that alleyway back here. But this area, I know for a fact, has got at least a few things around here, so it's kind of, or maybe they cleaned it. It'd be good if they did clean it, but I don't know. I'm a little skeptical because they don't typically in this area, unfortunately. The spot kind of does get left a little barren. They might have cleaned it. Well, look at that. All right, well, in spirit of hoping that other spots around here are clean, let's duck into the city. Because, you know, I think cleaning alleyways is probably the most important areas in a city to clean, because yeah, is the litter in the main roads and stuff like that unsightly? Of course it is. But given the fact, what do we got here? Yeah, got some sort of scarf, something like that. And then there seems to be some other piece of trash there as well, but 1 second here. I'm gonna try and strategically put that there. There we go. Scarf is nice and laid out. And then we've got some sort of cardboard laying right. Well, oh, is that some big plastic ring that I see back over there as well? Let's see. Yeah, it looks like this. Ah! This would be not very safe to just have sitting in an area where people are supposed to drive into this parking lot. So yeah, let's move that. Let's move that off to the side here. And lay that down right there, because that's metallic. It might actually need to be here. So I don't want to fully remove it or anything like that. But it's definitely not supposed to be there, at least per my reckoning. Nope, that's a rock right there. However, this is certainly not. Every bit makes a difference, guys. Every bit makes a difference. I'm getting cold. Yeah, it's certainly not warm. Oh, yeah, it seems that we've got a metal rod associated with this pole here. So I'm just gonna leave both of these off to the side. That way, if people do in fact need them to be here, they're not just like removed from the area. This big green piece of cordage, whatever it is, probably needs to get moved here as well. Let's see here. Yeah, this is underneath the bin, so I'm gonna have to get this moved just a bit. Oh, my power on my headphones got jostled there for a second. Can you guys still hear me? Thumbs up in the chat if you can hear me. Thumbs down if you cannot hear me. Which one do we got here? All right. Anyways, my like I said, my Bluetooth disconnected. So, anyways, let's get. I'm going to assume that you can. And with that being said, let's get this cordage into the bin. Alright, we got the poles moved. We got the cordage in the bin. I think that is everything, at least in that area, taken care of. Let us move on. You can hear me? Okay, cool. To answer your question, no, we can't hear you. Okay, good, Steve. Good, I'm glad we have that clarified. Oh, hold on. Our trash sense might just be a tingle in here. Do we have trash on our hands? We don't have trash on our hands, unfortunately. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to distinguish. Oh, but when you see stuff like this, ladies and gentlemen, you know you found something. Alright, let's get this. I think there might be some sort of regular garbage in there, so that's gotta go in the regular garbage as a result. What do we have here? We have some Organica, your natural solution. Mushroom extract. Hell yeah, Big Bad Mama. I don't know if you're still out there. You gotta get them. You found drugs. I mean, tacos, everybody's gonna find drugs eventually. Dig in a Canadian alleyway. You're gonna find those sooner or later. I mean, it's only a matter of time. I love Nirvana. Hi, I love Nirvana 837. I'm just going through alleyways discovering drugs at the moment. What are you up to? Oh, looks like we might have, yep. We have something underneath the bin right here that I can grab. Let's take care of that. What do we have here? We have some spicy cheddar flavor tortilla chips. Goodness gracious. Those sound kind of tasty, I'm not even going to lie. You know, it's actually coming to my attention that this bin doesn't even have a lid, so that's a little concerning. That might be why there's random bits and pieces of garbage around. Oh, we're back. Oh, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We're back. The stream dropped for one moment. That shit would go viral. Hold on. I'm from Canada too. Hell yeah, I love Nirvana. How's the weather where you're at right now? By the way, I'm back now, right? I am in fact back. My viewership is dropping off like crazy right now, but hopefully I am in fact back. The fact that I have any viewers at all ought indicate that I'm back. So yeah, we might have a little bit of a spotty connection every once in a while here, truth be told. That's just kind of naturally going to happen as I go around digging in random alleyways. Unfortunately, the internet is not going to help things. It's really snowy. Was it clear where you were at yesterday? I love Nirvana, because I'll tell you, the weather yesterday was great. First day of spring, it actually felt like it too. I know the Americans in the audience won't know what I'm talking about offhand, but I don't know. It was something like plus 10, plus 12. Even got up to like 15 for a few hours there. So it wasn't too bad at all. Sorry, I'm gonna stop filming the ground. Doesn't seem very dynamic. Doesn't seem like you guys are gonna be getting all that much information. Not that there's too much to see as it is right now, truth be told. Oh, hold on. I think we might have something here. No. Damn it. The way it popped out in a very rectangular pattern there made me excited. Made me think we got some trash on our hands here. Unfortunately, no. Anything in here? No. Doesn't really seem like it. Doesn't seem like it. Well, it seems like Allie's, even with the weather being as shitty as it is, definitely been some of the more fruitful endeavors as far as the trash clearing is concerned. Let's see here. Some funny comments in the chat. Thank you, by the way. Everybody that's hanging out in the chat right now. I'm gonna admit, I'm not gonna be like super attentive toward the chat because I'm currently scanning for garbage. But like I said before, if anybody's like, yo, Aiden, I saw a piece of trash earlier. It's over in XYZ. I'll go back. I'll take a look. What do we got here? What do we got here? Is this a thing of weights or is this a wheel? Yeah, these are a couple of wheels on an axle. Interesting. Somebody might be using that for a project or something adjacent, so I am gonna leave that behind. That's a board. However, in this bin here, we have got what appears to be a random piece of garbage. So, let's just take said random piece of garbage and put it into the garbage receptacle. Yeah, you don't want to mess with people's stuff if they're just have it in their back alley, leaving it for later for some sort of project or something like that. No, I thought that was a bed frame, but that's just a pallet. I mean, I suppose you could use it as a bed frame in a pinch if you really needed to. Alright, any luck over here? Let's see. No. Appears not. Appears that this is actually a bit better of an alleyway than the one that I was in last time. Not too bad. You're digging through people's trash can. It wasn't a trash can! It was like some random frickin'... It was almost like a glorified bucket. And it just had trash in it. And it's like, yeah, probably fell in there from somewhere else. I'm gonna go dig that out, so it doesn't become somebody else's problem later. I seem to doubt the prospect that they would mind too much. Let's see here. No, that's cardboard. I don't want to deal with that. Cardboard is probably fine, especially when it's like little tiny pieces. When it's little tiny pieces of like chewed up cardboard that you know is not even gonna, like, how long does it take for cardboard to break down? Like, how long does it take for cardboard to break down, guys? Does somebody know? Does somebody have information on that? Can we do, can Big Bad Mama, as the journalist of the month, give us some on-the-fly research as to whether or not that's the case? Well, not whether or not that's the case, but Obviously, it breaks down. How long does it take to break down? Here we go. Cup. We got a wrapper. Probably a candy wrapper. I know for a fact that it takes way longer for foil to take than to break down. Cardboard, wet or dry? Well, wet or dry? Mr. Logo, take a look around you right now. Take a look around you. It's very wet cardboard at the moment. It's very wet. Cardboard due to the current environmental conditions that exist. Alrighty, on we plow though. I must admit, this probably isn't the best, touristic advertisement of Canada. We've got a baking pan right here with some sort of horrific Lovecraftian sludge inside of it. That's nice. That's nice. Let's take the Lovecraftian sludge pan. Hold on just 1 second. Got little droplets of water on my phone. I need to wipe it off. Let's take the Lovecraftian sludge pan and put it inside of the garbage. What we got here? Well, that instantly doubled the weight of that, which is good. It makes me feel like I've done something. This box right here, it's not going to be doing anybody any good. Just sitting out here the way that it is. Let's see. Is the tape broken down enough that I can break the box down? Because that would be the most handy way of dealing with this particular problem. It is indeed broken down enough. So let's fold this bad boy up. Well, just attempt to fold this up while I'm recording, or attempting to record what's going on. There we go. There we go. I gotta fold it up. And take this over to the recycle bin. Open that bad boy up. And in. Well, at least hopefully. Oh, no. Alright, I guess it's got to get folded one more time. Alright, let's try that again. There we go. Compact that. And in it goes. Okay. Back over here. Let's see. Still got this piece. Can get dealt with. Oh, and there's a piece of plastic back over there. Somebody remind me to deal with that if I don't. Because you would actually be shocked at how short-term my memory can be at times. Anyways, no more trash over there. Oh, is that plastic or is that just snow? No, just snow. Dang white plastic. People out here always acting like white's better. Tell you what, there is a circumstance, one among many, where that is not the case. That is a funnel, some sort of description. Let's get that down in here, and it appears that underneath me there is a big ribbon of plastic that can also get put into the garbage. Listen to that. Starting to have a little bit of heft to it, ladies and gentlemen. We're getting there. We are getting there. One area at a time. We've also got this one right here. That can get dealt with. Alright, that's all the garbage. I think. In that particular area. Oh, wait, what's this? Nope. That's just weeds, but is this? No, it is not. I almost missed this. But it's always good to be inquisitive. Always good to be inquisitive when it comes to bits of plastic. Oh, and there's this green thing right here. Hold up. Hold up. Yep. I think that is everything. So, well, for the third time I've said it, so I don't really know when it's finished. But this thing will act. There we go. It actually went in there. I got it in. Garbage successfully deposited onto the next alleyway. You know what I need to bring with me next time? Is I'm going to immediately sanitize my hands when I get home. But I should have one of those little pocket things of hand sanitizer on me. That's what I should have. That way I won't have to end the live stream with my nose in order to avoid touching the actual screen itself during the live stream. Let's see. A GoPro cam. Yeah, that could be. It could be a decent recommendation. I mean, just a few $100s, right? Huh. Just a few $100s. No big deal. No, how's everybody doing, though, out in the side chat, now that I'm just kind of doing general trash patrol at the moment? Everybody's having an alright day. Now, this over here, that's a big-ass rock. I'm not gonna be able to deal with that. No siree. This might be the cleanest alley I've been up so far. Like, there was that one little problem spot back there, but other than that, it's really not that terrible around here. Pretty sure if he did that in the U.S., he would get sued for touching someone's garbage. Yeah, probably. I'm sure that, you know, in a similar vein to when people feed the homeless, the cops find some, like, obscure law written in, like, 1976 that justifies them, like, gaffling you up in order to prevent you from feeding those people. Yeah, I'm sure if I was in America right now, some cop that'd be like, "Oh, excuse me, sir. You serving some kind of..." You know what? If I was in America, I'm sure people would be assuming that I'm, like, serving some kind of, like, community service sentence right now, or something like that. Or that I'm just straight up homeless, going around looking for trash. I mean, if I was homeless, though, I'd be looking for, cans. Because they don't go around just gathering trash. They really don't make all that much money giving trash over at the depot. It's way more efficient to get bottles and cans. They pay you by the can and bottle over at the depot, which is kind of why I was surprised that I found that big old glass bottle back there. Although it could be because it was heavy. It's a very real possibility that it was just because it was heavy and inconvenient to carry, but typically you get a bit extra for glass bottles, as far as my understanding is concerned, turning those into the depot. No, I'm just out here looking for trash, any kind, any description. Grabbing it, throw it in the bin. That's a rock. What do we got here? We have got a bag of some sort that we get right in here. There we go. Got here. This is somebody's bin, so I'm gonna leave that alone. I might need that. However, oh boy, we've got a big old food wrapper right here. Let's hope this holds up enough for me to be able to get it into the garbage. It's sitting right here. There we go. Oh. Didn't all make it though. Let's grab this. Toss that to the garbage as well. PSA for anybody that does recycling. All the stuff that you put into your recycle bin, do try and take the time to make sure that you rinse any of it off. If it's like say like spaghetti sauce jars or like cans, like tin cans that had food in them. You gotta rinse those off. Oh wait, no, don't put this in the garbage, Aiden. This is recyclable. Anyways, you typically want to wash that shit off in the recycling stuff, because otherwise, best case scenario, they have to do a lot of sorting when you have your peach halves that you want to have recycled, and you want to say, oh wow, I want the metal for these peach halves to just get wasted. Well, it is going to get wasted if you don't wash it off at a time. They're just going to throw it in the landfill and it's going to rot there anyway. So, that is Aiden Linden public service announcement about peach halves. No, about dealing with your recycling. Dean is absolutely blowing up the chat right now. What do you have to say, good sir? Like the video, if you don't, you're Canadian, liberal Canadian. Don't dislike. I'm the only person that's allowed to do that. That's right. Dean is the only person that's allowed to dislike the YouTube videos. As a matter of fact, if I don't at least have one dislike on my videos, it gives me pause, you know? Kind of makes me raise an eyebrow and go, what the hell? No, anyways. On we plow, ladies and gentlemen. On we plow. I know it's not the most exciting stream on the planet. You know, if you're looking for something a bit more exciting, go check out my other content. Got some political commentary content out there, as well as some Zomboid content. Oh, that is a saturated piece of cardboard right there. My goodness, waterlogged is an understatement. I am gonna go bring this here piece of cardboard, because it is not a little tiny piece of cardboard like the other example that I gave. Oh, a piece of plastic here as well. Looks like a water bottle. May as well kill two birds with one stone. Both of those taken care of. There are some bins right over here. I am just going to throw these into the bin. Just make sure that this area is a little bit nicer than it was before. Yeah, I'm not getting as much litter as I was initially planning to. Oh, we got somebody new here in the chat. We got Shadow12378. Hi. How's it going? I appreciate you taking the time to come hang out. I am walking around finding trash to clean up at the moment in my neighborhood. There is my trash bag right over there. I'm starting to wonder where the hell that got off to. Might be having some Joe Biden level dementia here, ladies and gentlemen. I have said offhandedly once or twice that I might be having early onset dementia, but I don't know. The more time goes on, the more I have to question. Oh, hold on. What we got here? What do we have here? Is this a rock? I think that is a rock. Yeah, that is, in fact, just a weird, misshapen rock right there, ladies and gentlemen. All right. I went and checked the views. There's 3 people. You know what? Shout out to the 3 people that are like, what is that right now? Is that, in fact, just a weird, misshapen rock? I don't know. I don't know. We got here. We have another. It's another. Well, this is a piece of concrete. But still, nevertheless, not garbage. Yeah, there's just random little chunks of concrete just kind of like hanging out here. Okay. Okay. Whatever. Anyways, on my plow. Let's see. So there's 17th Ave up here. The problem is that place is actually fairly good for its garbage collection, so I don't think I want to head that way. So I'm going to head back into my neighborhood of Shaganappy. Isn't that a fun name? Shaganappy. It's a very fun name for a community. What do we got here? Nope, that is a construction barrier that looked like it could be some kind of trash, but nope. Alas! What's up with saying Canadian? Hey! I mean, I am what I am. I am what I am. I'll tell you what, if you looked at an environment like this right now, like if you looked at all this shit around you right now, right, I'm pretty sure you wouldn't assume that I'm in like Honduras right now, you know? I don't think people would be like, oh wow, he's streaming from the Dominican Republic right now. No, I'm in Canada. Very much so in Canada. Tried moving to Canada the first time we elected the Oompa Loompa, but they told me to chill. Oh, really? The Canadian government were just like, hey, trusty Ape Co., chill the hell out. Calm down. Yeah, that's a nice little house right there. It's a charming little abode. I wouldn't mind calling that place home right there. You know, me personally, I don't want like a multi-story, like 2 or 3 story house. I want a big old bungalow. You know, maybe give me a basement for a little bit of extra space. But I don't need something that's super vertical, you know? I don't want to, oh yeah, let me just climb a flight of stairs 83 times a day. That sounds like a fucking bunch of fun. If there was a white dog, man, you wouldn't be able to see it. That's true. That's true. Nice igloo. It's a high-end igloo, Odin. It's a high-end igloo. When you're able to make your igloo bricks actual brick rather than stone, you know you're going places. Truly. Alright, I think I'm back. My headphones did another funny there and decided to cut their power. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, please sound off in the chat. Can you hear me right now? Can you not? What's the 411? Is everything just muted? Because I had to, for the people unaware, I had to end my previous stream because YouTube decided to do a funny where wanted to create a post out of nowhere. And then when it wanted to create that post, upon trying to go back into the live stream, the camera became a black void of nothingness that I couldn't fix. I tried refreshing the stream, tried doing all sorts of different stuff. Nope, nothing worked. Alright, let's take a look up here though. Let's see if we've got any trash hanging out in this here alleyway. I learned today that igloos can be made out of stone. Oh yeah, brother. Oh yeah. No. Wicker. Nice wicker basket like that. I'm not gonna deal with that. I'm not gonna mess with that. Somebody might be using that. However, I am gonna grab this and toss it in because upon doing a little bit of reflection, hey, maybe it does. Maybe it does matter when I pick up cardboard because I actually don't know how long it takes to break down. It is wet. So it might be worth my time after all. Who knows? It doesn't look like this alley goes all the way down. It looks like we cut off here. So that might be one of the reasons why it's not so full of trash. Yeah, this is by far the... Oh, wait, what do we got here? Nope, that's a big old... a big old rock right there. There's been a few times today where I've had to like kick something with my foot and be like, all right, this is gonna be a piece of cardboard, right? Nope. If I hit that on a slightly different angle, that would have fucked up my big toe right there. I'll tell you that much. Think that in Alaska. I mean, Alaska is also a pretty acceptable presumption for where I'm at. It's not a bad one. You know, if you're gonna say like Hawaii or South Georgia, I might get on your case for that, but not a horrible guess as far as that's concerned. Anyways, you know, most of this neighborhood is really nice. However, there's a problem, right? This area, when we're walking Scooby, there's foxtails growing in that yard. And if you know anything about foxtails, you know that you want to keep your dog away from them. You don't want them eating those foxtails because they're quite bad for your dog. So unfortunately, whenever we walk past this section of the neighborhood, we always have to restrain the poor Scooby on account of the fact that he does want, in fact, to go over there and check out what is up. Alright, there is another alleyway up ahead here. I'm gonna go take a look. Might only be able to get one garbage bag filled today, guys. Might be all that we got as far as today is concerned. Oh, BS Liz says, is there even any trash in Canada? I mean, there's a little bit. There's a little bit. But like I said before, I'm definitely going to have to do a follow-up stream when it's actually nice out. Because I'll definitely be able to collect a bit more when it is nice out. Anyways, let's check out what we can find back here. By the way, if you are watching and for whatever reason enjoying this content, here we go. please do hit like on the stream. Helps the channel grow, helps this content get out to a wider audience, which I am certainly never going to complain about. That is one sharp little piece of plastic right there. Eesh. Hopefully it doesn't tear my bag open. That would be unfortunate. Anyways, let's keep going. One little bit at a time, though, guys. Every bit that we can find makes a difference. Let's see. Nothing over here. Oh, it's a cover. Anything over here? Nope. No, I'm gonna assume that they need that hose over there. I'm not gonna deal with that. But I don't think I have the capacity to deal with that one. That's a stylish chair. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, before this thing got a whole bunch of mold and rot and stuff like that, like, that was probably a pretty kick-ass chair right there. That's a shame. I mean, it doesn't have any arms. That's my main contention. If you're gonna be, like, in order to be a fully good chair, in my opinion, you gotta have arms. If you don't, then at best, you're only, like, half as good of a chair as you could be. It's not even like, oh, it gets 1 or 2 points deducted. No. It literally gets their points cut in half. Oh, shout out to this alley for being one of the few ones that actually has a drain in it. Oh, we got some garbage right here to deal with. Let's grab that up. Anyways, on we plow. Millions of tons of plastics later. Hey man, I know there's a lot out there. And is this one garbage bag full gonna make that big of a dent in the grand scheme of things? Probably not. As a matter of fact, definitely not. Who the hell am I kidding? But it's something. It's something. Unfortunately, there's not a whole lot more that I can do. Now I can kind of circle around here, check out the alleyways up in this section here, but there's not a lot left in my neighborhood as far as that's concerned. So I guess I'm gonna keep it pushing. Aiden Linden, you could make fuel from plastic. That's true. Yes, you can. Wouldn't really recommend inhaling the byproducts that fuel creates when it burns. However, yes, you can create fuel from plastics. You can also make biodiesel from organic compounds. So there's a variety of ways that people can derive fuel in this world. It's all just a question of whether people have the wherewithal and the willpower to be able to see through the infrastructure required to actually get projects like that off the ground in any meaningful way. That's really the main hurdle when it comes to that stuff. Alrighty. Got a couple more alleyways that I can kind of go through and check out here. You know what? I'm actually going to start across the street in this alleyway. Then I'm going to work my way back. Because then I can hit up this alley, and then the alley's over there. And then I think that will be my stream for the day, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, that one's almost overflowing, but there's nothing actually coming out of it, so it's fine. It's fine. I once tried to get a project set up for such. Fuel for plastics. What were the barriers that prevented the project from getting off the ground, if you don't mind me asking, Mr. Logo? Like, what were the primary obstacles in the way for that? Because now you have piqued my curiosity. These are rocks, but is this a rock? This is also... Nope, this is not a rock. This is a piece of garbage. Huzzah, ladies and gentlemen. For those who were expecting non-stop litter patrol, I hate to tell you, my neighborhood isn't that bad. There certainly are other areas in the city that are worse. Much worse when it comes to dealing with garbage. We've got an egg carton here. Let's really hope there's no eggs left in it. Okay, there's not. Thank goodness. Let's trash. There we go. I think we'll at least be able to get one filled up here, though, guys. Oh, look at this. Oh, you know what this probably is? That's probably a composter. I thought that was like a chest of drawers or something like that for a second. But no, that is more than likely a composter. No parking. I would certainly probably put that sign a little higher, just to make it a bit more visible. But hey, what the hell do I know, right? Let's check up over in this area. I always presume that there's probably not going to be trash over there, but who knows? Maybe there's a whole bunch of trash over here. You really never do know. Is this Big Bad Mama hike? No. No, I don't think Big Bad Mama hikes around with a garbage bag. It would be kind of cool if Big Bad Mama did a litter patrol stream. Although, unfortunately, I feel like if Big Bad Mama were to do a litter patrol stream, he'd probably have to wear some of those like puncture-proof gloves so that he didn't get stuck with a needle or something like that. So it's a bit different here in Canada. A bit different. I'm glad that I'm actually seeing the occasional person. Gives the stream much less of a life after people vibe that it had at the beginning when I was just walking around all by myself. Nobody around. There is a piece of garbage right there. Let's deal with that. I must say, though, I am pleasantly surprised at the state of things. around here. Like, all told, it's really actually not that bad. Got another piece of garbage right here. With that. Another one right here. Cup lid. So it wasn't a waste coming around here. There's a few bits and bobs to clean up around here. Aiden is picking up trash and preaching the gospel news that Jesus Christ is the God, man, prophet, priest, king. Well, if you want to preach that message around here, Daniel, I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. No, that is just a stick. That is not, in fact, a piece of garbage. A whole bunch of scrap wood over there, but once again, not really going to consider that garbage. Okay, they didn't need to go through. So I am just going to pick up this piece of garbage right here. And put it in the... Now don't get me wrong, I know that those like needle things exist. Where you can pick up the trash on that big long stick. And I suppose that those would have their utility, but, like, don't be such a pussy, as far as I'm concerned. It's really not the end of the world if you touch a little bit of trash with your bare hands. Yeah, it's definitely something you want to sanitize your hands for as soon as you possibly can. There's no lie there. But be a man. Pick up the garbage with your bare hands. It's really not the end of the world. Oh, got something right here. Thankfully, we've got this garbage right here for that metallic plastic sheet. It's one of those, like, composite materials where it's plastic on one side and not plastic on the other. What do we got here? Something Disney related. Even the mouse on the logo there. Anyways. Bin of some sort. I do enjoy the idea in my mind that these people are presuming me to be a homeless person. That is a rather funny idea. There we go, another piece of garbage. Alrighty. Yeah, this wasn't a bad spot. Not a bad spot in terms of just miscellaneous garbage. Here we go. Got some more stuff. First we got this wrapper. Get this, whatever it might have been at some point. That dealt with as well. Yeah, no idea what that might have been. Got a bucket. Hey, this place is, it's a pretty good joint. Got some good stuff. That's right, over by the Chick-fil-A. It's in my city. Also got this garbage bag. Isn't that rather meta? We've thrown a garbage bag into the garbage bag. However, these garbage bags are made to last, specifically to make sure that the garbage doesn't spill out. But, unfortunately, some people just leave them on the ground. Food container right here. Let's see. Yeah, we got a few different things around here that can get dealt with. Bag that can go into the recycle, as can this plastic lid. And as for this foam thingamabobber, that can get put in the recycle as well. There we go. Anything else that needs to get put in there? Yep. I got a few other things. Got some all-season windshield washer fluid. Fancy. Reexamination says Captain Planet rides again. That's right. That's correct. Good job, Aiden, for not breaking a nail. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. You just gotta get your hands dirty sometimes, man. You gotta get in there. And you just gotta get shit cleaned up. Because if you're not gonna do it, nobody else is. Everybody else, I guarantee you, I don't even live directly across from this, but I guarantee you, there are people that live here that look at all this garbage and they go, God, that's absolutely awful. I wish somebody would deal with it. Well, you could deal with it, you know? It's not like you're incapable. Goodness gracious, I've come across a gold mine, ladies and gentlemen. There is a lot to clean here. I think I'm going to be here for a minute. But that's alright. Because it's got to get dealt with. Missed a couple pieces here. Nope, that is just some snow. Not a piece of plastic. Also missed this piece of cardboard right here. We're taking care of business, though, folks. Bit by bit, we're getting it done. Firebat Clips says, check me out. Hey, I'll tell you what. I'll make an agreement with you, Firebat Clips, if you're still here. You may have just came into the side chat and said that and then immediately left. But if you happen to still be here, let's me and you come to an agreement. Right? I'll let you promote yourself in the side chat, and you drop a like and a sub over on my channel. I think that's a pretty equivalent exchange right there, if I do say so myself. I think that's pretty reasonable. Wouldn't you say? Wouldn't you say? Anyway, it's a little annoying dealing with this stuff just because of all the weeds and whatnot that are in the way. But I think that's probably one of the main reasons why nobody has really come around here. And if they have, definitely should do it again a bit more frequently. But that's probably why this area is as filthy as it is. It's because it's inconvenient to deal with when there's a bunch of weeds and stuff. And oh no, I might scratch my hand while cleaning up the garbage. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit? These hands look clean to you at this point? No, they don't. Not even remotely. But you know what? Gotta get it done. Gotta get it done. We might actually break into our bag supply here, ladies and gentlemen. I have got 2 extra garbage bags sitting in my pocket right now. And I promote my channel as well. You know what, Mr. Logo? I don't even have to give you a contingency to promote your channel, good sir. Because I know for a fact that you've already liked and subscribed. So you go right on ahead as far as that's concerned. We are making progress here, bit by bit, at getting the garbage out of here. There we go. You know, I thought that the process would be made a little easier once the garbage bag got a bit fuller. It turns out that it's only marginally easier. Not actually all that much easier than it was before, unfortunately. However, that's alright. That is alright. Because we're getting it done irregardless. Seems like car activity is picking up over here. I'm glad that this is off to the side and not in the middle of the alley. Because if it were, I would then have to be getting out of these vehicles' way on a regular basis. And thankfully, I don't need to do that. Okay. Clean up all the garbage. I mean, look at that. It's not perfect yet. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination yet, but this is already looking way better than it did before. Incremental progress, ladies and gentlemen. We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. Phantom says, doing your part for a clean earth. That's correct, Phantom. Everybody should do their part for a clean earth. Because I may not have been the one that made this mess. That doesn't mean that I, as somebody who advocates for environmentalism, shouldn't get out there and actually try to make the world a little bit less disgusting of a place to inhabit. There we go. All little bits and pieces. I doubt I'll be able to get everything. There's just so much here that I probably won't be able to get everything out of this area. That's lovely. It's a nice old sock right there. But, oh no, it's not a sock, it's a glove. Upon flopping over, it made itself fully known to me. Oh, hold on. Did I get a bit of a splinter in my finger? Nope. No, I'm good. All good. Aiden, do you know about Project the Ocean Clean? Oh, yeah, I've heard about that. Yeah, they're trying to clean up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch right now, aren't they? Or am I thinking about something else? Because that's definitely one of the biggest single existential threats to our world's climate are things like the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Alrighty, look at that. Alright, I'm not going to be able to get an amazing shot here, but look at that. That's progress right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's progress. Alright. Oh boy, that bag of chips is waterlogged, ladies and gentlemen. That is pouring like a stuck pig at the moment. I'm kind of... Hold on, my mic disconnected there for a second, guys. Everything's still good? I know I've asked that before, and the answer's been yes the other times, but I'm gonna ask every time. And the reason why I'm asking every time is because if it isn't properly connected, I don't want to go on for like 5 hours without being able to hear. You can hear me? Cool, Pixie. Cool, cool, cool. Probably get hepatitis or something. I'll tell you what, if I had much of a worry about sticking myself on something like a needle or something like that, yeah, the concern for like HIV or hepatitis would be pretty high. But thankfully, this neighborhood, this is not one that's too well known for that, so the odds are pretty slim for that. So I don't really feel all that bad about getting my hands dirty, getting in there into the nitty gritty, getting this shit done. What kind of flavor of chips do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? We have sour cream and onion. What's your favorite kind of chip, everybody out there? I gotta admit, sour cream and onion is definitely up there. However, once you try the sour cream and bacon flavor from Ruffles, there's no going back. There's no going back. It's just objectively the superior flavor. Everybody knows. That's what's going on. Right there. Anyway, oh, what do we got here? We've got a lock of some sort. Neat. You never know what you're gonna find out here. But Aiden Dangerland. You know what the funny thing is, Mr. Logo? You say that. My mom, unironically, it makes me cringe to this day. And she tells me the story. But she at one point briefly, and this just goes to show why you should always wait to have a kid. And never have a kid too young, ladies and gentlemen. But at one point, she was unironically considering naming me Aiden Danger Linden so that I could say that Danger was my middle name. There was a few names that I almost had. Like John was almost my first name. That way, because my middle name is Wayne, my full name would be John Wayne Linden. So... I think everybody out there has an almost name, though, right? At least most people do. Most people have a name that they were almost given, but then their parents decided against it. I gotta be real with you. If your parents didn't have more than one choice of name lined up for you, that's kind of concerning. Like, at that point, you might really want to kind of raise an eyebrow. Alright, some of this stuff I can definitely take care of just with this garbage right here. Because my bin is starting to get a little full. So I'm gonna pull the garbage out because there's a whole bunch of garbage underneath John Wayne Linden. That's right! That's right, Mr. Logo. Probably from a completely different Western franchise for all I know about Westerns. Someone's going to be out there in the side chat like, well, actually, Aiden, that is not from a John Wayne movie. That is from a completely different Western franchise. I'll tell you what. I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, and I've seen Blazing Saddles. And that's most of my experience with the Western genre, truth be told. I might have seen one or two other movies that aren't coming to my head right now. But, yeah, those are the two that come to mind. Got myself in the finger with a prickle bush earlier. Pretty sure I got the, goodness gracious, that Tic Tac container is full of nasty water. Gross. Nasty. Now this, I'm sorry to say, whoever owns this eaves trough, but this is no good. This is no good. Now, look. I'm not typically one, like I said earlier, to go around messing with other people's property, but let's face it, okay? This thing's beyond repair. There ain't no helping that thing. So it's getting thrown in the garbage. And unfortunately, you're just gonna have to get a replacement. It wasn't even sitting attached to it to begin with, so I can't even feel bad about that. Can't even remotely feel bad about that. No siree. Battery power 15%. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna probably finish this stream out right here because apparently this has been making my phone bleed power like a stuck pig. Doing this here live streaming. Well, I'll say that I'm not gonna end right here and now. I'm gonna get most of this cleaned up here. But if you haven't already, please like the show. If this suddenly drops, it's because my phone died unexpectedly. But I'm gonna get this area finished out here. Then I think I am gonna head home. Because you know what, actually, for anybody that's watching right now, probably gonna do a Zomboid stream. Maybe today. Probably today. So if anybody wants to check that out, if you're interested at all, go and check that out. We're doing pretty good in Zomboid. I've got like I got a base of operations established at this point. I'm gonna start moving everything over to the gas station, over from my original base. Once I can make double sure the gas station's nice and cleared out, it's gonna be my base of operations, at least for the time being. And then I'm probably gonna go do a raid on Rosewood. Well, first and foremost, I gotta finish clearing out Echo Creek. That's probably what the next stream is gonna be. Truth be told, it's gonna be just me clearing out Echo Creek, finishing up the job for my immediate neighborhood. So it's gonna be a fairly chill stream. However, there are going to be ones that are going to be more action-packed. For instance, I've got to get to Guns Unlimited, which is the gun store near the town that I started in. It's a big, giant, like, strip mall, basically, of guns. It's the most American thing you've ever seen in your life. And that thing is packed with guns, but it's also packed with zombies. And by packed, I mean filled to the absolute brim with the undead. So, that will be interesting. Getting that dealt with. Look at this though, guys. Compared to how it was before, it's looking way better. I'm glad that I went over in this area, you know? I was initially skeptical about even coming over here because I wasn't sure whether there'd even be any trash. But thankfully, I stumbled upon a spot that clearly needed a little bit of help. Just gonna get this bag out of the way of this FedEx vehicle that's trying to pull in. Just stand off to the side for a quick second here. I never noticed that. Are all FedEx trucks Mercedes? They all Mercedes? That's cool. I didn't know that Mercedes-Benz did fucking FedEx vehicles. It's kind of neat. It's a neat little factoid that I was hitherto unaware of up until now. We got a couple of vans pulling in here simultaneously. We got this piece of garbage right here that can get picked up. Alrighty, we are sitting at 10% battery, ladies and gentlemen. This stream is gonna cut out at any moment. Any moment now. But thank you very much to everybody who came by. And we will catch you again on the next one. Here, I'm just gonna give you a bit of a satisfying conclusion to my stream here. Just 1 second here, guys. I'm gonna put this in my pocket. I'm not drawing yet. I'm gonna tie this up. Alrighty. There we go. Yeah, got it tied up. Nice big. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. We have concluded our live stream. I am back home. I am laying in bed and I am exhausted. So I'm ending the stream now. Have a good one.